high, man. I haven't came off of it yet. This is something.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm a world champion yet.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think I'm going to.
You are. You both world champions. So one of this question came from Karen Malloy. One of the themes throughout the year was the adversity you guys overcame. Lots of injuries. I think someone told me you were the only team to win an NFC championship with 15 players on IR that were on the roster. And then in the game, you get injured. Charles Woodson gets injured, and Sam Shields gets injured. How did you guys deal with that adversity? What was going on in the locker room, on the sidelines?
To be honest with you,
I was crying, so I
to be honest with you, in the Super Bowl, when Donald went down and Charles went down and Shields went down, and we went into halftime, Donald had, did all this stuff to his ankle, and he was trying to run and all that stuff, and he couldn't do it. So he just sat down and he was just crying. As receivers, before we go out, beginning of the game, and at halftime, we always get together and we break it down. So he was in the training room, so before we went out from halftime, we all went in there to the training room. We still got to do our routine, we got to break it down. So we go in there with Donald, and he's crying. He almost made me cry, But he was just crying, and he's been in the league for so long, and we knew how bad he wanted it. So he got around, he poured his heart out for me, and we told him, God, don't worry about it, man. We're going to bring the trophy back to you.
Right.
But honestly, when all that was happening, all the adversity we've been through, I'm like, not saying they're not key players, because they are huge players. But when they went down, I was like, we're going to win. God is writing the story right now. It's telling the story.
Right.
And I'm like, we're going to win this
Now on the sideline, were you saying anything to the guys? Every time I saw you, you were kind of concentrating, staring at the field. Were you chatting it up at all?
No, I chatted with the wideouts because I was mad at them because they dropped too many balls. But the crazy part is when the trainers told me, they said, Donnie, you got to go back out. You got to go back out and you got to show your support to the team. You just can't stay in the locker room and just pout. And yeah, that was bad. So I said, okay, I'm going out. And right when I was coming out the tunnel, I look at this big screen and James Jones drops it. I just told I'm like, he just told me he was going to win. So we get to the sideline, and we all have our seats that we sit in. So I sat on the edge, and I kind of just looked at James like this. Didn't say nothing to him, and then everybody else coming up to him. Jay, what's okay? Jay just said, why do you keep talking to me? I know it's okay. I know. I told Jay, what's my slogan? Jay just said, if you stay around long enough, I drop the number. I said, so go out there and do what you do. And just make the play. Right. One thing about James is James can drop 50 balls, but he's going to always make the one that counts. And he get it up. We all do it. I tell people all the time, after watching the game, I think I had 4 drops, and that was sick. But James said, hey, what'd you tell us? You going to drop it up? So that's okay.
I mean, you want to go through a year and not drop a ball, but your chances are very slim.
Yeah.
Especially how hard Aaron is throwing the ball. Yeah. Your chances are slim. That's why our fingers just messed up.
Yeah, they all jacked up now.
So
that's what my ring on.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
Right.
This is from Rick. I don't know how to say his last name. Wozniak or something like that. It's like it's awful. But the question is, since winning the Super Bowl, this is for both of you. What's the one moment that stands out as something you'll never forget, or what's like the biggest play of the game where you just knew everything was okay?
When you take the knee. And the clock is ticking. We were screaming pretty loud. When you take the knee and the clock is ticking down, me and James kind of rehearsed what we were going to do. James said as that clock ticked, he's just going to fall to his knees. I said I was going to fall backwards and pass out. And what I did is I ended up just standing there crying, knowing that now I have finally reached my goal and having some.
All right.
I knew we were world champs when that confetti started falling.
That was pretty cool, wasn't it?
When that confetti started coming down, I'm like, man, I'm a world champ. And like I said, I was already on my knee, crying. You know, then I seen my mom and wife, my dad came on the field and they're crying, so they made me cry again. So we're crying and the confetti's coming down. I'm like, I'm a world champ. Man, that's crazy.
All right, here's the last question. It's from Dustin Stump. And I have the same question, and I don't want to sound greedy, okay? But we think we've got a great team going for next year. What are you guys going to do in the offseason? And we all want to hear you say you're coming back next year, Donald.
I wasn't going anywhere anyway. I told my young guys, I love you guys dearly, but y'all gonna have to run me out of here.
We're gonna keep them around. But I mean, we got a special team going on right now, man. They built a great team here, and sky's the limit, man. We can start a dynasty.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're ready. I mean, once we get the CBA going on, knowing when we're gonna start up again, we're ready to go.
Okay. All right, let's give a big round of applause.
There's Deb.
Oh my God.
She did get right up in front.
She's like not gonna.